New tech solutions and international expansion. Learn more with a certified Bitcoin professional. Well, Mathieu Sancière from Geneva Management Group, thank you very much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Let's start by looking at your business specifically. How does your business model work? I understand you've recently undergone a shift.
Well, traditionally we're coming from a B2C business model, and we're now shifting to a B2B business model. And the reason for that is historically banks would own a large size of the financial transactions and the financial industry as a general. And through the new technologies, through fintech, you've got now young companies that are actually serving their clients. And I guess our company is fitting exactly in between. We're half regulated, we have a track record, we have expertise in traditional fields like asset management, wealth planning, corporate structuring, but also we have a very forward-thinking approach, and we're interested into using those new technologies such as blockchain or such as trading in cryptocurrencies to serve our clients.
So what services have you seen a big growth in recent years?
Well, certainly blockchain technology as a whole is concentrating a lot of inquiries from our clients. Some of them just looking into it, want to get some exposure to that asset class in general. And some of them really see those technologies as a new financial tools that are going to help them raise cash, structure new projects, or have more control on how they give governance back to the investors in their projects, how they can structure better the financial product they are going to issue through what's called tokens, which are basically a new category, half that can be half a share, half a bond, a certificate, a note. So it's a whole new area of product and services that are coming from these technologies. I think one point which is really worth mentioning is the actual adoption of those technologies. And of course, we've heard lots of projects ongoing, lots of headlines in the newspapers, in the media. But this year, 2019, I feel is going to mark a big change in the technology going mainstream. If you look at up until 2018, end of 2018, there was about 30 million wallets worldwide being used. That's on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. You might have heard about the Telegram ICO, which is coming in the next few months. That's going to be a game changer. Telegram has about 300 million active users on their platform. So instantly when they release their wallet, they're going to be the largest wallet provider worldwide. That's a massive change in the industry. If you look at financial projects, HSBC cleared $250 billion worth of transactions last year on their blockchain to speed settlement, to reduce costs, to increase efficiencies. These are large numbers. When you see initiatives like the New York Stock Exchange through its parent company, ICE, coming with an institutional platform with the same standards in the coming month, which is called BACT. These are very much real-life example, concrete use cases that the public needs to actually see rather than just theoretical concepts about the technology itself. You look at Fidelity. They've just created Fidelity digital asset company. Fidelity is overseeing 7 trillion assets worldwide. It's the largest asset manager in the world. And they are investing in those technology on a very concrete use case base. You've got Facebook, which is rumored, I don't know, but it's rumored to come up with its own cryptocurrency. And it's documented that since April last year, 2018, they've hired between 20 and 30 people to work on those blockchain projects. And I think this is where the break is going to happen. There's been a handful of historically IT specialists promoting the technology. And finally, this mainstream adoption that people have been hoping for or commenting on is bound to happen in 2019 through those very large projects. On the regulation side of things, there's many initiatives. Of course, here in Switzerland, we're regulated by the FINMA, which has issued in February last year, 2018, guidelines on ICOs. That was a very bold and very proactive move from the regulator. They've come up in December 2018 with a very thorough guide and regulation on blockchain, its usage, and how basically you can bridge traditional law, as in bankruptcy law, as in how you transfer a share into a property, into an asset, into the digital world. And that's a game changer, again, for the mainstream adoption, because the first step is the regulation.
And you guys deal internationally and have done a lot of international expansions. Can you talk me through that process and what you do more specifically?
Well, first and foremost, it's coming from our clients' demand. And the dynamic is very much our clients coming to us and asking for services. Now, of course, we're trying to be proactively positioned into new asset classes that we think are of interest for our clients. And in that logic, you need to understand the regulations locally, but also internationally. There's quite a few practical examples of that, which I think are worth mentioning. If you look at the Congo initiatives, which is a trade finance project, it's a Geneva company, but it's actually gathering banks on one hand, but also energy company and also trading companies. So by definition, even if the anchoring is a local anchoring through Geneva and through Switzerland, then it has the international reach through that project. And this is very much the DNA of our company. And these are typically the projects that we advise on, or we participate on, or we get our clients onboarded on.